Hi, Hobo Deebs here. As you can see, I am still very much in the process of rebuilding my abandoned house. Uh, since I've been busy with that and work and other things, I have not had time to, put together a lot of long form content like I was trying to do. Also, the podcast has been on hiatus for quite some time now. It'll be coming back someday, but the room that I'm going to use as a studio, I recently just gutted it, so that's where we are in that timeline. Um, but not having the outlet of the podcast, I've just kind of been internally screaming about what I'm seeing a lot in, especially political commentary, which I think has extremely limited use, but a lot of people really listen to some of the political commentators that are out there. And one of the things that I've seen a lot of lately is a lot of apologies being made on Biden's behalf for how he's handling the situation in Palestine. I made a post a while back saying that it was on my Instagram, saying that, the worst take you see on Palestine is not going to have any effect on Palestine. And I still agree with that because my stance on the subject is any groundwork that needed to be laid for resisting or preventing this kind of extreme ramp up of violence. People are calling it a genocide now. It's always been a genocide, but now we're just seeing a more extreme flare up of it. But anyways, any of the groundwork that should have been laid to prevent this should have been laid a long time ago. Now we're in the process of seeing what happens when we as a political body aren't proactive, when we keep making negotiations with someone like Biden or the Democratic establishment. So I want to play this clip where this defense of Biden, it just kind of gets slipped in there, and then I'm gonna play a clip after that of Biden himself talking not about this particular situation, but what his stance on Israel has always been, and then I'll probably put in a little additional commentary and call it a fucking day, I guess.
And
I honestly, I'm insanely frustrated and disgusted by the Biden administration's response, but we should also acknowledge that there's a very, very difficult bind that he's put in at the same time, too, on that front, right? Where, like, there is going to be attempts at deliberate sabotage by Netanyahu's government.
If we look at the Middle East, I think it's about time we stop, those of us who support, as most of us do, Israel in this body, for apologizing for our support for Israel. There's no apology to be made. None. It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region. The United States would have to go out and invent an Israel.
So, to me, it's difficult to say that Biden is in any kind of bind in this situation. The fantasy that people have about Biden, that he's, suddenly become a more progressive guy, I think they've allowed themselves to be completely duped. Biden is not having any specific issue with what's happening in Israel right now. His actions speak much louder than his, meager little apologies or saying, Israel should probably dial it back a little bit. That's PR on his part. Biden has always been a staunch Zionist that says, exactly what he said in that clip, that Israel and nobody in the U.S. should apologize for what Israel does. So, I don't know. These people have allowed themselves to be duped by a Biden that doesn't exist. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And this isn't me saying that, Emma Vigeland or the Majority Report And not even to single them out necessarily, because this is the kind of sentiment that I keep seeing in a lot of different, political commentator, what I would describe as left liberals at best, but they describe themselves as leftists. It's what I've seen in a lot of these circles, and it's just patently untrue that Biden has any kind of moral issue with what's happening in Israel right now. This is something that he's always supported. What he's doing is running a PR campaign by saying that, oh, he wishes it was a little bit different. He doesn't care. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. So this isn't me singling them out or calling them, agents of the Democratic Party or, plants of the Democratic Party. I just think that their political analysis is fucking stupid. And, we might like these people. We might like watching them. They're certainly not alone in being charismatic voices on what they consider to be the left. But we really just have to start jettisoning these fucking people, because they really just, their entire job is to talk about politics for a living. And what, they don't remember this Biden? I don't know. To me, it's unconscionable to even make any kind of defense of how Biden has been treating the situation. So that's all I got. I'll post a picture of what the studio to be looks like right now on the Instagram story, probably. I got some fun things planned for it, but yeah.